Every community that depends on our Coast Guard air crews knows the truth. Minister, this state, our maritime nation, our coastal communities would be lost without them. They're the people who go out when everyone else comes in. They answer calls in the darkest hours, in the worst weather, over sea and land, and when lives hang in the balance. And they do all of that while working some of the most demanding 24-hour duty systems anywhere in the public service. Representing a coastal constituency shaped by generations who lived and worked close to the sea, I know how essential this service is. In Waterford and across the South East, we see the helicopters overhead, we hear them at night, and we understand exactly what they mean. That someone, somewhere, often at sea, often in bad conditions, is in trouble, and that these crews are on the way, whether it's a medical evacuation from a fishing boat or a ship offshore, whether it's responding to a road traffic incident on the N25, whether it's a cliff rescue or a medical transfer. Yet the government now presides over a system that pretends that 24 hours of continuous readiness amounts to only 16.5 hours of work. And it's not a technical adjustment here, it's not an accounting error, it's not a matter of differing interpretations, it's a downgrading of the lived reality of the job and a direct threat to crew safety through increased fatigue and further stretching of already heavy rosters. Minister, this government is knowingly endangering our search and rescue crews, and by extension that means they're endangering every coastal community they protect and serve. These crews work 24-hour shifts in constant readiness, living on a base and prepared to launch in minutes, yet the state pretends that a quarter of that time doesn't count. As a representative of a proud coastal region shaped by generations who work the seas, I know what this service means. The message from these crews and from our coastal communities is clear. The current system is unsafe, it's unsustainable, and Minister, it's unlawful. The state must act, not when another tragedy forces its hand, but now. European working time rules are clear. When workers are required to remain in immediate readiness, bound to strict response times and unable to use their times freely, that time is working time. Courts across Europe have reinforced this again and again. What the IAA is doing goes against the best practice and it goes against the law. Has sa bhfuilteacht ar bhuirne tarthála a chur an mhaola an rialtas seo, go mí ghlathach agus go mí bharálta. Tá na fórne seo ar dúilgus ar feadh 20 uair a chloig, régla dul san air a gceann nó méid. Ní éiteach siad láthair á gáil agus ní féidir an taim seo a gléach in am scíthe. Mar theachta ó ceantar coastal le ceanga láidir leis saol mara, tuigim go domhan an tácht a bhaine leis an tuirbhí seo. Seasamar a bord lorga chun or mount tarthála chosant, tus gur ceist batha agus báis atá inti. A ara ní éireann na fórna seo ach meas sa bháltacht agus cólíonna an dlí. In Waterford we know what happens when the government takes its eye off the ball. Your predecessor Minister for Transport tried to cut the sea and the search and rescue base from the tender document for the new contract. And the people of the South East, fishermen, coastal workers, volunteers, families, mobilised because they knew exactly what was at stake. They forced that minister into a reversal and they saved the service. They did it because they understood what search and rescue is, and they understand it's not something that you play around with. It's not something you denigrate or diminish. Another issue must now be confronted. Newly recruited staff who are not part of the CHC transfer and are not protected by transfer of undertakings, will they face different, potentially inferior working conditions? And if government takes action, instead of the amendment that's put down to this motion tonight, but if government takes responsibility and takes action to remediate the issue that we're raising here, will the issue still remain for the new entrance to this service? So our motion asks for something really straightforward and overdue. It's to stop the unsafe factoring practice. It's to record hours honestly and fairly. It's to comply with Irish and EU law and ensure that the people who risk everything to protect the public are themselves protected and not undermined. Yeah.